Welcome to mybanktracker.com. We recently had the opportunity to visit the ING Direct Cafe in New York City, where we spoke to Chief Operating Officer Jim Keller. Here's what he had to say.
You know, we started out as a telephone and internet-based bank and thought, you know, people are going to be comfortable with that. But what we found when people are coming to our head office building and saying, you know, I just want to sort of see that you have a building and that we're here and there. And then more and more came, and we were like having lineups, and we were like, we have to figure out a way to help these customers because they want to open an account. They weren't comfortable with the internet, and this was, you know, roughly 13 years ago. And so we came upon this idea, why don't we open a little cafe-like space, serve coffee, you know, make them comfortable while they're, you know, waiting for somebody to take care of them. And so we built these spaces to be very hospitable and for welcoming to people that are traveling or just happen to be working or living in the area. And it's really worked. I mean, they do come in. They come in some cases like New York, 1,000 people a day. So it's really been quite a much better outcome than we had actually anticipated when we first developed the concept. Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, some people come in because it's convenient and they want to have a chance to get their business done, so they go right to the computers, log in, move their money, maybe do a share builder trade or something like that. And other people want to just get some basic understanding of what is it, how does it work, you know, do I need to do this, do I need to do it here, can I do it at home? And we kind of give them the idea, you know, it really is a self-service operation, and once they get the hang of that, you know, that's pretty much it. And then they just come back because they like the people, or they want to get a great cup of coffee, or maybe a bagel or something like that. So it really works on many different fronts for different people. Well, you know, we think customer service is what it's all about. People stay with us because we treat them well. And, you know, we get ranked high in the ratings because we treat people well. We give them great value. We answer their phone call with a person, which seems to be the trend nowadays, but has always been our way. And, you know, when we're conveniently available 24/7 on the internet. So I think you've got to find a way to reach people with a combination of benefits that people say, yeah, that's what I really want. And that's the kind of relationship I want to have with my bank, you know, where it's on my terms, not the bank's terms. And I think that that's going to be the differentiator going forward, is if you can get those people to think, this is the place where I get the best service, they're going to stick with you. And you know, and they're perhaps going to open up a mortgage, or maybe they're going to look at the checking account, or, you know, log on to ShareBuilder and say, hey, maybe I need to start investing over the long run. I need to get ready for retirement. And all those things are things that we can do well. Yeah, well, it's interesting that the market seems to be coming to us. I mean, we opened the Electric Orange account 3.5 years ago, and it really was a no-fee, a simple checking account with lots of free ATMs, and you know, it has free bill pay. I think the regulations are kind of pushing people to kind of get away from the nickel and diming aspect of things and really try to deliver straightforward banking services. And that's what we've always done. So really, we're pretty happy with the way things are going because everybody's going to have to come to us. And we built our model to be able to work in that environment. So it's quite a comfortable situation. I still think it's going to be competitive, and I still think there's going to be a little bit of inertia on the part of customers. You know, it's hard to move a checking account. There's so many, you know, things that have to be changed. But, you know, we're going to work with our customers and try to do the best job we can, and hopefully we'll continue to grow at the pace that we're growing today. I think you've got to look at the difference between how a company like ours does things and how most of the other banks do things. And we actually have a website, ingdirect.com/avoid overdraft fees, and it's a chance for people to see the difference between paying interest on a line of credit, an overdraft line of credit, or paying the fee every time you actually do a transaction that goes into overdraft. So in our case, if you go into overdraft, you get charged an interest rate each day that you're in overdraft of 7.25%. So for instance, if you do a $100 overdraft for 10 days, that's going to cost you 20 cents. We think that's fair. We think that's a fair return on our money, and we think that's fair for the customers. On another bank, that would be average $30. So 20 cents versus $30. And our overdraft calculator will show that difference. Well, that $30 for 10 days equates to an annual interest rate of somewhere north of 1,000%. I mean, it doesn't seem right. And and then the way those transactions get stacked up in terms of clearing checks and things like that, or debit card transactions, you get 3 or 4 of those for a few dollars and end up paying $100 or $200 in fees in a day or in a month. That doesn't seem like the value is in the hands of the consumer. It seems like all the value is going to the bank. And so, I think that's going to be, this change is going to make that much harder for banks to do. In fact, most have changed now to limit it to 1 per day or something like that. And even that, I don't think is reasonable. I think people should look to see where they can get an overdraft line of credit at a reasonable rate and be smart shoppers. The referral program really relies on word of mouth. And word of mouth is almost always the best way to get customers. If a friend of yours or a family member is trusted and they say, hey, I think ING Direct is a great deal, I think you should try it, and guess what? They're going to give you $25 if you do, and you're kind of motivated. Hey, you know what? I kind of been looking for a new savings account. Maybe I will try it. And then we pay the referral person $10. That's a great deal for us. It's a great deal for the referral person. I mean, we spend money on marketing to get awareness and get people to consider our product. If we can get them to do the same thing by using the referral system, that just makes sense for everybody all around. So we'd like to see that continue. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. We'd like to see all of our customers do more of it, because I think you're doing your friend a favor, you're getting a little bit of a kickback, so to speak, from the company. But everybody knows what's going on. It's not really a big deal. The other things that are going to be interesting to watch over the next little while is what's going to happen with social media. Are people going to use that? Also, person-to-person payments. Are people going to start to increase the use of that so that money flows more over the web than it does, say, hand-to-hand or using checks as a method of checks or cash as a method of moving money between friends and family? So we'll see. We're watching those developments closely, and we expect that we'll be a part of whatever develops.